6:30, pitch black. I'm in the middle of the Sahara. No cars, nothing. And I saw as Mercedes following me, then he overtook me, then he pulled over. I was like, man, if there's any desert bandits, I'm down with them tonight. So then when I passed him, he passed me, he pulled out again and he followed me and then he pulled over again. I was like, man, not tonight. No desert bandits tonight.
Jumbo, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In case you're new here, first thing, subscribe, tap the bell for notifications so that you can always get notified whenever we are posting. Today we're going to be hosting someone who has a very, very interesting story, someone who has traveled to different parts of Africa, and it's just interesting. I don't want to, water it down. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth. Hello.
Hello, African Tigers. How are you?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm lovely. I'm in Africa, so I'm happy.
Oh, interesting. So you can start by introducing yourself.
Yes, my name is Mansa. Born in the Caribbean on small island of Montserrat, population 6,000. Grew up in America and England. And I drove from England to West Africa, where I am now at the moment. And I documented the entire journey in 360 virtual reality, so everyone can feel part of it. So 360 is basically where you can swipe your screen and you can look and see everything in entirety. So I documented from Morocco all the way to Africa, where I am now, and would continue to do such.
That's interesting. First, I've never heard of Montserrat. That's you're the first person. What's the name given to the people who come from Montserrat? Like Kenyan. So what's the name of the people from Montserrat?
It could be Monstration or you just distraction.
Oh, okay. I don't even want to say that because I can't.
Monstration.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Probably one of the places I would love to check out because this is my first time hearing about the place.
Yes.
So, how long have you lived in the UK?
I've been going back and forth for years. So, but the longest time I've been there before prior to coming here was 9 years.
Okay. So, and tell us, how did you start? Like, what inspired you? How did you think about driving all the way from the UK to Africa? What inspired?
Well, I remember I was in secondary school in the Caribbean, and I saw some National Geographic books. And I remember when school was finished, I would go there and read the books. I was 12 years old, and I would read all of the National Geographic books, all of them. And then I said, you know what? I want to go to Africa. I was 12 years old. And when I came back to England, I was like, I would like to go one day. And then I bought my van 2017. And then I flew to Guinea-Bissau last year. And I said, you know what? I'm coming back. So I went back to England. I worked. And then I said, if I have 1,000, I'm leaving. If I have 10,000, I am leaving. I do not care. I am leaving. And then before I came, I broke my leg. I was supposed to leave on the Wednesday, I think the first week of February, and I broke my leg. And I spent 2 weeks, and I said to her with it. So I drove to Africa with one leg.
What? Okay. That's interesting. So, sorry about that. But now, you are in the UK, so you drove. Like, which route did you get to? And when you met, because I know there's a water body between Africa and Europe. So, how did you cross that? Tell us. I'm curious about that.
Yes. So I drove from Dover, England, and I took the ferry to Calais, France, and then I drove from France. It took me 2 days from France to Spain, and then it took me 1 day from Bilbao, Spain, to Algeciras, France, Algeciras, Spain. And then from Algeciras, Spain, I took the ferry like 4 o'clock in the morning to Tangier, Morocco. And the ferry is only like an hour and a half ride, and then I'm in Africa.
Awesome, awesome. So, how much does it cost for the ferry for someone who's driving? Like, how much does it cost at the ferry to cross from Morocco to Africa? Do you need some special license, insurance?
No, because being that Spain and Morocco have some agreement, so it's more like a European agreement. Your insurance from Europe is valid in Spain, is valid in Morocco, and the cost of it, boy, I couldn't lie, maybe it's like £100 or something like that. I think I paid 100 or 150. I'm not quite sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think I paid between 100 to 150 for the ferry ride.
Uh-huh. And then when you got to Morocco, how is it? Okay, first in Europe, crossing the borders, is it easy? Are there some checks? Do they ask you where you're going, or it's easier in Europe?
What driving through Europe?
Yeah, like from the
From
UK, you
Europe?
said to France to Spain.
No, it was nothing. No, there wasn't any borders check. The only border check I got was on the ferry, because when you get on the ferry, they ask you for your passport. I showed them my passport. They stamped and gave me a visa, and that was it. It was more easy than I thought. I drove the boat like in the morning at 6 o'clock, and I'm in Africa, and it's that simple as that.
Okay, from Morocco, where did you go to?
Yeah, so on the boat now, I met some Senegalese guys because the Senegalese drive almost every day from Europe to Senegal because they buy cars and bring over. So I met a few guys, and they were like, but I was naive. So I bought all these jerry cans to carry fuel, and they're like, oh, we're going to Casa, we're going to Casa. I said, but I need to fill my jerry cans. They're like, why? They say, no, just drive. And they were right. So I followed them to Casablanca, and then I stayed the night in Casablanca. But it was cold, and because my leg was broken, it was hurting me a lot more. So I just decided just to leave Casablanca, and I left Casablanca that day, and I just jumped on the motorway and I drove to a town called Agadir. And then I slept in the petrol station at Agadir. And so that's what I've done. I drive from morning to evening and then sleep wherever I stop.
Oh, okay. So continue telling us from Agadir. I want to know how you got to the Gambia.
Okay. No, well, actually, I went to Guinea-Conakry, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
From
So,
Morocco to Guinea-Conakry, right?
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then I came back this way when the COVID thing was happening because what is it? It's not French or Portuguese, but in Western Africa, if you speak Mandinga, Wolof, or Fulani, you can go anywhere. I speak neither. So it was rather difficult for me to communicate. But thinking in hindsight now, I should have stayed where I could have picked up these languages, but I punked out and came back to Gambia, where they spoke English. So yeah, from Agadir, I slept in the petrol station. I slept in the petrol station, and I got up in the morning. I drove to a town called Bugjo, and that was one of the stupidest things that I've done because I was in the Sahara Desert now, and it was 5:30, and I was like, oh, I can make it because my sat nav said 169 kilometers. I said I can make it. Yeah, about 6:30, pitch black. I'm in the middle of the Sahara, no cars, nothing. And I saw Mercedes following me. Then he overtook me. Then he pulled over. I was like, man, if it's any desert bandits, I'm down with them tonight. So then when I passed him, he passed me, he pulled out again and he followed me and then he pulled over again. I was like, man, not tonight. No desert bandits tonight. But anyway, I never saw him again. Then it was just
Who was
me.
that?
I never saw him again.
So it was
Yeah.
a random person?
Yeah, yeah. I thought it was a desert bandit. Because the other part, I drove this entire thing by myself. Yeah, so I was
Mm-hmm.
by myself, and it was pitch black in the middle of the Sahara. So
How many hours did you take crossing the Sahara?
4 days.
Are there towns or cities where you could rest instead of like driving in the desert alone?
Yeah, you can stop, and there are towns in the desert. Because when I first thought I had some stupid idea that there weren't roads in the desert and stuff like that, but there's actually roads in the entire desert all the way through to Mauritania. And yeah, the roads are pretty good. Only thing, sometimes the Sahara comes back to reclaim the road. So you may have to drive just in the middle by yourself.
How do,
Or,
how, how do you ensure you don't miss the road when the Sahara has covered the road? How do you ensure you don't miss the road?
or you just drive in the middle. You just drive in the, because the sand comes on both sides. So you just drive
Oh,
in.
so the space they leave a space in the middle. It leaves us
Yeah,
the space.
yeah, there's just a little bit. You just drive in the middle of it. And yeah, and that's it. And then so yeah, I got to Bugjur about 10 p.m.
Okay, Bujo, that city that you're mentioning, it is in Western Sahara Republic.
Yes, it's in Morocco.
Morocco or Western Sahara?
Well, that's the thing. On the Moroccan map, it's Morocco. On some international maps, it says Western Sahara.
Oh, because in the Africa, I know there's been a crisis because I was trying to understand that because I know there's been Morocco has been claiming Western Sahara to be part of them, but the African Union recognizes Western Sahara, which is also called the Sahrawi Republic, as an independent country.
Yeah, but there's no borders.
There are no borders between Morocco and Western Sahara.
No, there's no borders.
Oh, okay, interesting. And in Western Sahara, are the people, are they also like Moroccans or are they black?
Oh, they all look the same to me.
They look the same, all of them, the people of Morocco and Western Sahara, physical appearance, it's the same.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, okay. So yeah, proceed from Western Sahara. Where did you go to next?
I left Bugjur. I slept in a petrol station. They had a very nice restaurant there, actually. So I had some fish dinner that night. Slept in a petrol station. Got up in the morning. And then I drove to Mauritania.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is, I did not know because on the map, the border of Mauritania and Morocco is not where it is physically. So where it said on the map it was, I thought I had to go 50 more kilometers to go to the Mauritania border. So I pulled into a petrol station just to check the map. And then he asked, "You want petrol?" I said, "No, no, no." He said, "Gasoil, gasoil?" I said, "No, no, no." Pull out, 300 meters, that's the border.
Mm.
So I got there at 5:30, so the borders closed at 5 p.m. And I met a few more Senegalese, so I was speaking to them. So I slept that night there at the border town, then got up in the morning and I was first in line. And then, simple checks and whatever. Although they did not believe I was tourist, because they're not accustomed to seeing tourists.
Black people tourists, yeah.
Yes, all they've seen is the other type. So it was very difficult of them, only for my British passport, why they probably think, well, he maybe is a tourist. And then I got my insurance at the border and visa. And then, yeah, there wasn't any petrol station where the map said there was a petrol. No, there was a petrol station, but he did not take euros. He said dirham, which is the Moroccan currency. and I did not have any more dirham because I spent it at the Mauritanian border. So now I had to drive 300 plus kilometers from there to Nouakchott.
That's the capital.
Yes, and I only had half a tank. Yeah. So so I'm driving along now, and I entered a desert storm. So the desert storm, so this is like the White Sahara now. There's brown Sahara and there's White Sahara. So this White Sahara now, it was blowing the van. It was blowing the van to my left, to my right, blowing it like off the road. So I had to pull the steering wheel the other way because I didn't know it was that severe. So I had the steering
So
wheel
it
like
was
this.
that strong. The winds were that strong.
Yes. So now I'm
Yes.
burning more petrol. So I'm like, I'm going to run out of petrol in the middle of the Sahara Desert. And it's not a nice thing to be stuck in the Sahara Desert. It is not a nice thing. No, 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 no. So I was like, man. So I dropped my speed to 60 kilometers. And when the wind wouldn't give up, it was like more and more hurling. And then I can't see for like 50 kilometers, 50, I can't see for like 50 feet in front of me. So I would just hear a car and just see a car. And yeah, I saw a new town being built. And there goes a new petrol station.
Lucky you.
Ah man. That was stupidest thing number two I've done on the trip. So I went there, I
What would
filled
you
up.
have done different? What would you have done different?
I should have gotten the petrol from the station at the Mauritania Moroccan border.
Okay. So, what about the Senegalese and these people that you're talking about that you had met? How were you guys not like maybe after you meet, you combine effort, you go together because all of you are headed more or less to a same destination?
Well, the thing is, when I got to Mauritania, the Senegalese, which is smart, I should have done that also. They do not want to pay like visa entry and other charges. So what happened? The immigration would escort them from Mauritania to the exit of Senegal. So you don't pay anything. So you just escort straight through the country. I should have done that. Hindsight, because some bad things happened in Mauritania, but I shan't say that here. But yeah, very bad things
Oh,
happen.
so if immigration escorts you, you don't pay anything,
No.
but you're giving immigration work. Why?
Huh?
Would they need to escort each and every person who wants to cross from Western Sahara to Senegal?
So what happened? They when the borders opened, they would say, okay, they would collect the cars. So if it's like 10 or 15 cars, they say park and wait. And then the military or the police would escort you to the Senegalese border.
Oh, okay. Because of are there like some security issues in Mauritania
They don't want the Senegalese to sell the cars in Mauritania.
or to sell their cars? So okay, I get
Yeah, so the
like
Senegalese get the cars from Europe and they drive them down. But the
to sell.
Mauritanians, right? So the Mauritanians thinking that they're going to sell the cars in Mauritania. So
Oh,
as have them sell the car, they escort them through and out of the country.
okay. So proceed with your journey. We are now in Nouakchott. I can't even pronounce that
We
city
haven't
very
got
well.
to Nukchuk yet. We haven't got to Nukchuk yet. Yeah. Well, after then, I got to Nukchuk. I have no money now. I'm hungry as heck, and I had a few pounds, and I just saw a Cadillac, and I just pulled him over and said, "Help me." And yeah, he spoke English because he has an American car, so. And he took me to an ATM. Yeah, so I got some of their currency from the ATM, and then I was driving around for a place to eat. I saw a place called Calypso. I went in there. I said, what do they know about Calypso? That's my music anyway. So I went in there, and then I met, yeah, a girl. She was from Sierra Leone. Yeah. And she's working there, and then I bought some fish. That meal was very nice, though. It cost me like £4 or something. And then I just slept in my van outside of the restaurant. Got up in the morning and drove to Senegal. Yeah.
Mhm.
I crossed the border into Senegal because I took a short route. There's a long route, which is Richard Toll, and there's a short route, which is on bad roads, but you cross over from Mauritania to Senegal in like 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes to max.
3 minutes? Five
Yeah,
minutes? Ah,
five
let's
minutes
take it.
maximum. Yeah. So I just went that way. And when I got there, yeah, I felt at home. When I got to Senegal, I felt at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I felt, if you understand, I felt at home because the northern parts, yeah, what happened in Mauritania twice is not nice. And I was happy to see me in Senegal and at the border. If you
What
check my
happened in
YouTube,
Mauritania?
I can't say because I have to drive back to Mauritania again.
Okay.
But it was bad. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, so I saw me at the border and I felt at home. And then at the border there, I spent about 4 hours. If you go on my YouTube channel, which is Temju World, you can see the videos of me at the border where they gave me food, they gave me tea. I was like, what is this? Yeah, and I just sat there and chill, and I wasn't in a rush to go anywhere. That's the first time on the trip I was not in a rush to go anywhere. I did not want to go anywhere. I have no schedule. I felt free like a bird. Free, free, man. Free. And I bought ECOWAS insurance. I stayed there with the police officers and the custom officers for 4 hours. Then I drove to St. Louis and I slept. Yeah, just pulled up somewhere and slept by the
Mm-hmm.
by the waterfront in St. Louis, Senegal. And then in the morning, because again, Senegal gave me a 3-day visa because they thought I was going to sell my van in Senegal. So they said, you've got to go. I said, okay, no problem. So I drove from St. Louis to Farafeni, Farafeni, Gambia. No, from St. Louis to Chess. Chess is outside of Dakar. So I running low on money again, so I got some money there from
Mm-hmm.
Senegal. And I
Mm-hmm.
bought,
Your voice again. Where's your voice again?
yes. I bought some safer. I got some safer from the bank. And yeah, bought some food, drove to Farafeni, Gambia, slept at the police station in Farafeni, Gambia that night. Got up the morning, bought a SIM card. I was like, okay, where am I going to go now? So one police officer, immigration officer was like, oh, have you heard of WASU? I was like, no, I've never heard of WASU, but okay, where is it? Say that way. And I said, okay. So I just went to WASU, which was where the stone circles are. And I went there and that's where I met my Baba. He's now my father. Yeah,
Okay.
so
So, are you still in Wasu now?
no, I'm in Combo. I'm in Combo. Yeah, but
Okay.
I prefer the countryside to the city. I'm more of a country person.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Gambia, were they not afraid that you are going to sell your van in the Gambia? Since most
Yes.
of these places you've crossed, they
Yes.
wanted you to leave the country soon so that you don't sell your van in there.
Yes. But my van is my home, so I'm trying to tell them I'm not selling my van. So Gambia gave me 5 days. So I said, okay. I left. I went to Guinea-Bissau. Guinea-Bissau gave me 3 months. Yeah. Guinea-Bissau is paradise. I tell you. A lot of people do not know Guinea-Bissau because they only know English-speaking countries. But Guinea-Bissau, you need to take a trip. Like in Guinea-Bissau, I felt I was back in my island. So yeah, in Guinea-Bissau, I do not speak the language, but I felt at home. I felt at home, man. I felt like maybe they brought my family from here to the Caribbean. Maybe I don't know. I just felt at home. Although I couldn't speak the language, I was just at home in Guinea-Bissau. Yeah, I loved it, man. I loved it. I loved it. And then I spent 2 weeks there, and then I drove across the border to Guinea-Conakry. But I only spent like 2 days there, and then I drove back to Guinea-Bissau. And then I was just there in Guinea-Bissau, just enjoying myself, man. Guinea-Bissau is lovely. Look, people need to take a trip to Guinea-Bissau because a lot of these people that take this ancestry test, if it doesn't say because on the ancestry test, it actually says Guinea-Bissau, but they're not
Mhm.
going to Guinea-Bissau. They'll go to Nigeria, Ghana. Um,
Because of the language, maybe.
yeah, but the language should not be a problem. The language should, I mean, Africa is beautiful everywhere you go. The language should not be a problem. That's what I think.
So
Just
how
go.
did you? Okay. So how did you move from Guinea-Bissau and you are now back in the Gambia?
Yeah, when the COVID thing came out, I tried to stay as long as I can in Guinea-Bissau because I did not want to leave. And then, yeah, Birdie told me to leave, so I listened to the Birdie and I came back to Gambia.
And
So
Gambia, are they not still afraid that you'll sell your car there?
no, 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 no. They've got to know me now. They've got to know me now. So since I've been here, I set up a charity where it's not what to call it. It's just crowdfunding through me, where I ask my subscribers and who's on my Instagram and WhatsApp, and if they can send me £1, $1, and I would buy seasoned fertilizer during the rainy season, and I would take it up country and give it to the farmers, and then I would come back, set up another campaign, ask for more money for seasoned fertilizers, and go back. And now I'm doing a campaign for a school. It doesn't have any electricity. It's in a town called Camp Fendi, and I do like that village up there. It's very nice. So I'm making myself busy here. So I'm doing something while I'm here.
How many days visa did they give you now when you are coming back? Or maybe due to COVID, they extended your stay?
Yes, COVID had made them extend the stay, but when the border is
Okay.
open, maybe I've got to go.
Okay. So that's very interesting. So are you planning to leave? Are you planning to maybe at any point relocate to Africa? What's your plan?
Yes, my initial plan actually was to drive around Africa and film Africa in 360 VR. That's my entire because I want people to see Africa in the entirety. So that's my initial plan. But from my crazy self driving here, I've had if the borders are open, I'll wait 1 more month. Then I've got to go back to Europe. Yeah, I've got to pick up some people, and then they're going to follow me back to Africa. So I'm charging them to follow me, and I'm buying. I already have a van, but I'm going to buy another van, and then I'll put people in the van. And if you've got your car, you follow me, and then we drive back to Africa on a fun trip.
Okay, which countries, same routes that you followed up to Guinea Conakry and back?
Yes, yes, yes.
That's very
Yeah.
interesting. Very interesting to hear your story. That's quite exciting. Something if I was in a position to do, yes, I would do that. I would take
You
a van,
can, you
move.
can,
It's easier for
you
you because you have a passport that allows you to move from one country to other, even across Africa. It's easier for you to travel in Africa than it is for me
Oh, that's
because of your
bad.
British passport. So if it was that easy, I can only easily travel in East Africa. But West Africa, I have my limitations. Lots of them, most places I might need to have visa.
That's not
And
good.
the visa, I will need to apply it from here. It gets approved. before I go that. So it makes it very hard for one to move from one country to the next, to the next, to the next, because some places you'll need to have a visa and you can only get that visa before traveling.
I get my visas at the border.
Yeah, that's the difference.
I understand. I understand what you're saying. So
Yeah,
you
so that's
from here, I'm looking now to go to maybe Mali, Faso, or some Guinea Conakry. I don't know. I'm just going with the wind. So I don't know.
all right. That's very interesting. Very interesting story. I would definitely check out your channel. I did check it earlier on. I did see some videos. So I think it would be interesting for the African diaspora who are looking at maybe relocating to the continent. That could actually be one of the ways that you can move. You can actually drive all your way from Europe, in case you're from Europe. You can drive all your way from Europe to a country. If you're maybe going to Guinea Conakry, that's the place that you want to stay. Yeah, drive all the way, get there. I'm very sure even right now, as much as they don't want you to sell your car, I'm very sure if you wanted to convert it, in case you are moving and you want to convert it, I'm sure there's a procedure that someone can actually do, follow that, and it becomes as if you shipped it and probably pay the taxes, the import duties and all that, and then you can still have your car in the Gambia or whichever, Senegal or wherever comfortably. What do you think?
Yes. I think it, if you take your time, I would say to anyone that's driving from Europe to Africa, do not look at it as point A to point B. Look at it as an experience of a lifetime, a once in a lifetime opportunity. Think of the adventure you have along the way, the stories you can tell in 30 years and 40 years about your journey of driving to Africa. And if you look at the journey like that, it's more bearable. But if you look at it as point A to point B, you would not want to do it. You can drive. You can drive from Europe to South Africa if you want. It's not a problem, because I know loads of people that have done that. But they're
Sure.
not. I mean, they're not us, but they have done it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Some
They have
people have
done
done
it.
it.
And the
Yeah.
thing about Africa, there another thing I must tell everybody: stop the rubbish. Look, when you come here, everybody's welcoming. I have a big problem in Africa. My biggest problem in Africa is saying hello to people. Because every time I say hello to someone, they tell me to come and eat. Look at me. I've gained so much weight in Africa now. Oh, hello. Oh, come, eat, eat. Yeah. Everybody's loving, welcoming. Crime. There's no crime. I slept in my van for over 2 months, and I've slept everywhere. Bushes, rivers, nothing happened. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
When they had the situation in Guinea-Bissau, people were saying don't go. Even the advisory was saying it's dangerous. My man, listen to me. I had the most fun. So whatever they tell you, it's a lie. Another thing, when I was in Morocco and Mauritania, I saw thousands, not hundreds, thousands of caravans and RVs from Europe with English plates, Spanish, Portuguese, Belgium, Germany, Sweden. Yeah, they're all down here. And then they go back to Europe and tell you, don't come, don't do it. So I'll tell you, it is not a difficult thing to do because all of the other people are doing it. It is something good to do. Bring you and your family. It's rather expensive. It is cheaper to fly to Africa, to be honest. But if it's a group of 4 or 3, you pool your money together, take your time. Like me, I have no pots. I have no kitchen. I have nothing in my van. All I have in my van is seats. All I have is seats. So I'm forced to mingle with people. I'm forced to talk to people. If I'm hungry, I have to go and talk to people. If I no, my shower situation is I'm a bushman, so I just shower anywhere. Daily
Okay.
life.
Right.
That's
Right. So, lastly, do you look forward to maybe settling in Africa someday?
100%. 100%. I do not want to go back. 100%. I've lived in America, I've lived in Europe, and none of them compare to Africa. None. Absolutely none. I am free as a bird. You
Mm-hmm.
know, when you're in England, or when you're in Europe or America, you're tricked into mortgage for a house or to drive the latest car, so you credit the latest car, the latest clothes, you credit the latest clothes, the latest technology, so you credit the latest technology. So whenever you get paid, all of your money goes to bills. Hello, people. I'm living in my van, especially except for now and then I may have a house to live in. But other than that, I'm in my van, and I'm telling you, I'm loving it. If you don't believe, check out my YouTube channel. You see me. I'm sorry you don't see anything else. I am just
All
happy
right.
in Africa.
All right, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. Looking forward to probably hosting you. This is a very interesting conversation. That we can have a part two, just for people who love
No,
traveling from one place to another, tips and advice that these people can have. So today we are just talking about the story. We're going to share some tips and caution, all the things that people need to do or need to know as you are driving or traveling across the continent. All right.
yes, and I'm here to give all the information that I can give you.
All right. All right. That's awesome. I'll leave a link to your YouTube channel so that people can check you out.
Thank you very much, African Tigers.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for watching that amazing episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I love hearing stories of our brothers and sisters traveling. For a very long time, people don't travel as much to the continent, different countries on the continent, and all that. It's always Europe, Dubai, South Asia, and all that. So it's very interesting to see our brothers and sisters doing this too. So I hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, subscribe. Check out his YouTube channel. The link is below in the description box. The pinned comment, you'll get the link to his YouTube channel. So until next time, Kwaheri.
Cheche